Good day, students.
Yes, sir.
How are we doing today?
Fine, thank you.
I hope everybody had a great lunch. Or did it sound like it's sick?
Yes,
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we're going to look at something called inequalities. That's one of the subtopics in algebra. And we're going to play a game to start today's lesson. And our game is called I went to the market. Yeah, that's a nice breakup. So our game will be played I went to the market, right? So I will start and I will say I went to the market and I purchased something. And then we are going to continue, but we're going to work in pairs, okay? So I will say I went to the market and I purchased something. Then we'll continue. Somebody will repeat what I said along with something that they purchased. And so we're going to go on. So this is a memory game. We will see who have the best memory, right? We cannot write down, by the way. You cannot write down anything. You need to remember anything. Okay, right? So let's go. Let's begin. I went to the market and I purchased 2 pounds of potato. Continue. This group here.
I went to the market and purchased 2 pounds of potato and 2 pounds.
Okay, so he said he went to the market and he purchased 2 pounds of potato, 2 pounds of onion. Let's continue. Next pair. A bunch of bananas. Okay, so you missed something there, right? Let's go. All right. Next pair. Start from here.
I went to the market and purchased 2 pounds of potato and
2 pounds of onion. What else? And a bunch of bananas. And what else? Coconut. Okay, so he said 2 pounds of potato, 2 pounds of onion, a bunch of bananas, and she said 2 coconuts. Let's go. You're great.
A bunch of potato, onion, a bunch of bananas, and 2 coconuts.
2 coconuts and something for you as well.
A bag of apple.
A bag of apple. Yes. Last pair. Don't be scared. Don't write the wrong answers. You just go ahead.
I went to the market and bought 2 pounds of potato, 2 pounds of onion, a bunch of banana. No? 2 pounds, 2 coconuts,
2 coconuts.
and 3 plantain. 3 pounds of plantain.
Okay. So you see that? You see why it's memory is very good? We need that a lot in one. Okay? So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Some people remember very well, while some people have some hiccups. But all in all, it was good, isn't it? So let's so at the end of this lesson, today's topic will be inequalities, right? Today's topic will be inequalities, and at the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain what is an inequality. You will be able to identify the inequality signs, and you will be able to use those signs and translate from verbal expressions into statements and so on, right? So let's go. First question. In the meantime, while you're preparing, what do you think is an inequality? What do you think is an inequality? In your own words, how you interpret it? What do you think? Think in the meantime. Yes, so let's get some answers there. Let's start with the boy first. What do we know about inequality? Anybody? We're going to start with any boy first. So we're going to go a boy, a girl, a boy, a girl. So that's how our comments will be, right?
I'm about to give like somebody tell you something else to remember it.
You have to remember it, okay. Anybody else? A girl this time. A girl this time. Any girl. What do you know about inequality? Somebody asks you what is inequality? Or what are inequalities? Somebody's requesting to share screen. Don't share. Yes, anybody else? Inequality. Nobody knows what is an inequality? You must know something. I know you know something about it. Pardon? Okay, so he said something that has less than, greater than, and so on. You're going good. Any other? I will take one more comment. Avoid this line. Somebody said interact with other people. Thank you. Any more? One more I'm taking. Change my mind. One more. What about you? You have something to add? Alright, so that's all, right? Let's see what we have there now. We are all correct, we are all on the right track. So let's see what we have there. What's an inequality? In mathematics, an inequality is a relation which makes a non-equal comparison between two numbers or mathematical expression. So what can we deduce from this? It shows a relation, of course. It shows relation, and it's a non-equal comparison. So it's not an equation, because we all know an equation has an equal sign. Isn't that so?
Yes.
So it does not have an equal sign. We do not for sure. But we are dealing with mathematical expression, of course. So that's an inequality. So inequality will have any inequality statement or expression will have any of the inequality signs. So what do we think about inequality signs? What are inequality signs? Think in the meantime. In the meantime, we can copy this.
Sorry, hello.
Yes. Alright, let's look at the inequality signs now. Oh, I have one other thing to add. In mathematics, an inequality shows the relationship between two values in an algebraic expression that are not very important. So we can take another thing from that. We know in inequality, it is not equal. Inequality signs can indicate that one variable of two sides of the inequality is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to that value. So there we are getting somewhere, it's not so. So let's see what we have for the inequality signs. We know what is an equal sign. But no equal sign can be equal. No, equation is not inequality, right? So the first inequality sign is called not equal to. The next one is called less than. Less than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. Greater than and greater than or equal to. So I know some people might interpret it differently. It's pointing this way, it's less than. It's pointing this way, it's greater than, right? Or more than some people say. Or some people like to use the term alligator mouth, isn't that so?
Yes.
Right? So those are some, and we can make a note of them. Right? Let's continue. We finish copying here, right? So of course, we can also take those inequality signs and translate statements into the actual expression. Isn't that so? We can take the same statement. So I want you to just write down these four signs quickly. Do that. Give the meaning of them.
With the name and thing?
Yes, with the name. Copy that quickly. Yes, let's continue. So let's look at some examples. Let's translate some phrases into the inequality signs, or using the inequality signs. Let's go. This is saying 5 is less than 7. How will you translate this? We got to write 5, we got to write 7, but what do you notice happening in the middle? We have an inequality sign. So what sign do we look for? Less than sign. So if you have to replace this, what do we do? Write the 5, write the 7, and what sign do we put in the middle? Less than sign. See there? Let's continue. I'm saying 10 for number 2. I'm saying 10 is greater than 8. Which sign will we put? The one facing this way or the one facing this way?
This way.
This way. Excellent. Let's continue. C is greater than or equal to 100. Which sign do we put? Greater than or equal to. Pointing this way with the little line at the bottom there. It's not so. So those are ways in which we can translate from the verbal statement into algebraic. Sorry, into inequality, right? Statements, inequalities. Let's see what we have next. Another one. Negative 98 is not equal to positive 98. Which sign are we going to use here? Not equal to sign. Here we have not equal to. Let's continue. And we have some questions we can try on our own. Let's see. Translate each verbal phrase into an inequality. So we have 5 is more than x. X is greater than or equal to 12. You read the third one for me.
The value of x is greater than 7.
X is not more than
13. The value of x is at least 1. 10 is less than or equal to x. 16 is less than x. The value of x is not greater than 18. The value of x is greater than or equal to 14. 2 is more than x.
So there we have a few of them that we can. We have a few of them that we can translate, right? Using those same inequality signs, okay? And you can jot it down and do it, right? So now that brings us to the end of today's lesson. So we're going to conclude today's lesson by doing some questioning, right? So what we're going to do, you're going to think for me one thing that you learned from today's lesson, right? So we're going to have some volunteers. We're going to have, remember I said we don't want boys dominating or we don't want girls dominating. So we're going to have a girl, then a boy, then a girl, then a boy, right? So you're going to stand and tell the class something that you learned from today's lesson, anything that you learned. So I'll give you 10 seconds to process or think about it, and then you will tell me. So we can have 2 girls, 2 boys. So think in the meantime, and then you're going to tell me. Anything that you learned from today's lesson. Okay, very good. Let's go. You learned about inequality signs. So he said he learned about inequality signs. And what is an inequality sign? Or what is one inequality sign?
Greater than.
Greater than. Very well. Anybody else? A girl this time. And you need to speak up a little bit, right? So you can camera can capture it. Yes. A girl this time. Any girl. Yes.
Inequality signs.
Very well. Inequalities are not equations. Excellent. I like these responses. A boy this time. I see this child at the front here. He's smiling. I know you have something. I know you want to tell me something. You must know something from today's lesson.
Ano yan?
You must know something from this lesson. You must know something from this lesson. Tell me something. Alright? Anybody else want to help you? He said he learned about the inequality signs. Alright, so